Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thanks for joining me. I'm Katie and today I'll be using black oak gall ink. So my friend Mandy has her own Etsy store called ACornColour, so if you want to purchase some of the ink for yourself to try and look at the other gorgeous natural dyed items she has for sale, I've added a link in the description, so make sure you check it out at the end of the video. Mandy's very kindly sent these inks out for me to try. However, just to let you know, I've not been sponsored to do this video or any of the previous ones. I know Mandy personally and I've purchased items from her before. She's a local crafter and artist and I love her use of natural dyes for her work. I'm looking forward to purchasing some other colours in the future and I can't wait to share with you what I create. So let's get talking about this black oak gall ink. It's a bit of a mouthful to say. Like the brown ink, it does take a moment for the gorgeous tones to come through, and that's because it's reacting with the air. The application is really smooth and it complements a glass dip pen well. The colour of the black ink is rich and when diluted has cool brown tones to it. And in previous videos I'd likened the brown ink to toffee, so I would say this black ink is most definitely espresso. So I chose to draw a little red squirrel chomping away on an acorn in celebration of my friend opening her Etsy store, and since it's called ACornColour, it seemed the right thing to do. And this is also why I decided to use the brown ink. I just really thought adding the brown ink to it will really make it look more like a red squirrel rather than a grey one, I guess. These kind of drawings I do, especially now with the black ink, they remind me of like the chapter headings in some of the fiction I used to read when I was a lot younger. I used to read a lot of books by Colin Dan, which were mostly about wildlife. And on the page of each chapter, there'd just be a little tiny little black and white illustration of whatever animal was in part of the story. And I'm sort of getting those vibes drawing this one myself, so it's actually really quite nice to be able to recreate my own little version of these, even though it's not for a book. So in the inkwells to the left of the screen I had diluted the ink. We've got different strengths, the strongest being at the top of the well and the weakest being at the bottom. And I must say a little goes a long way. Even with the weakest concentration I still had to use a wet brush just to get the shade I wanted, which is great. I know this bottle's going to last me a while, just like the brown ink did. I've still got 2/3 of a bottle of that left and I have used it on other projects aside from the videos I've posted. So it really does last a long time. Now you can see I'm adding the brown oak gall ink to the image, and again, it's just so lovely and subtle, and it will develop a little bit more as we go through, and again that layers up really nicely too. And I'm really glad I did decide to use both inks, because eventually I would have tried them both together anyway. Now I do intend to do a black ink video with just using the black ink. I just need to find the right thing to draw with it. But I will pop one up just so you can see what the ink's like on its own. I decided to freehand draw some oak leaves and acorns scattered across the floor. I thought they'd just be quite a nice touch, and the glass pen is great to add the details in, but the ink, again, it was so nice and consistent to work with, and it just let the ink flow quite nicely. It was a good combination. I do recommend using a glass dip pen. I've spoke about using metal nib ones, and personally they don't agree with me anyway. I'd be interested to see if anyone else uses your traditional fountain pens, but for me the glass one works a lot better. I'm very heavy-handed, and so far the glass hasn't shattered, but if it was a metal nib, it would look awful. It would be rendered useless within about 2 uses with me. So the glass nib is holding up well. I have actually ordered another glass nib, which I'm looking forward to trying out. Unfortunately, it's going to take a little while to get here as I've ordered it from overseas, but I will do a video where I'm using that. I really like how this drawing's turned out, and I love having a new bottle of ink to add to my handcrafted ink collection. I want to say a big thank you to Mandy for kindly sending me the ink to try. Don't forget to check out her Etsy shop, which is called ACornColour. The link will be in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos, make sure you watch the GALL ink playlist. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe for more. And I'll see you soon. Bye.